Meredith, the weekly feed. I'm sitting here with Matt and Alex from the Arctic Monkeys. Hey guys!
Hello, Kyle.
Welcome to Texas.
Thank you, Kyle.
Beautiful hot sun.
Very nice.
The new record is AM. This is kind of a darkly beautiful record you guys have put out. But once again, you guys have kind of made an entire career of defying kind of expectations from your fans. It seems like that's what goes on these days. Is you guys, try out a sound and then go somewhere else. I mean, is there kind of pleasure in that defiance when you're talking about this type of thing?
I think so. I think there's a little bit about the sound of this record, though. There's a little bit of it that feels like it's something we've been looking for,
Yeah.
more than in the past. Like, I'm not saying like the last couple of records or. Well, that starts to sound Japanese then. The last couple of records aren't without merit, I don't think. But yeah, I think there's something like we've been looking for this thing, and it's on this record.
I mean, I know the reviews are out there saying that, they're finally combining their sounds, and I guess that goes back to when you've got the kind of fan base that you've got, they kind of hold you to this expectation of what they want you to sound like, and then you turn around. I mean, I'm totally going to quote that first album title, but whatever people say, that's what I'm not. It seems like you guys have really kind of held true to that.
A little bit, I think so, man. Yeah.
Like, don't put me in that box.
Well, it didn't seem like it had very strong legs, that box.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like.
Sure.
I think we always wanted to, last, and it was always about like where it could possibly go, and even when we didn't have anywhere to sort of shape shift to, we still made an attempt to kind of keep it moving. And now I think this time it's just like, everything is a little bit more considered, and I suppose, I mean, we're really delighted with this new record, and it seems like everybody else is too.
Well, with this type of success, do you guys find that the level of success you guys have attained has allowed you to be anything you want to be, or is it harder? Because it seems like when you get to a certain level, you can be Peter Pan, you can be Robocop if you want to, but
I want both of those.
Why can't you be Robopan?
I don't know. I think I don't know if it makes it harder or easier when you're like where we are, but I think it's just. I think either way we'd still try and do it.
Yeah.
Still try and be Robocop. Whatever they expect. If they want Peter Pan, I'll give them Robocop.
Yeah, they want to be Robocop. It's not a bad way to be. Alex, with your type of songwriting, you started out with those great turn of phrases, and you seem like you've really kind of owned those throughout the years too, which is another thing I know hardcore fans really come to expect. You have to try. I'm talking about the lines like "Don't sit down because I moved your chair." Meanwhile, somebody's writing, "Oh hey, I love my baby." You're doing a little bit this bigger thing. I mean, do you have to kind of zone in that and go, no, it has to be that level of songwriting, or does that really come natural?
The words definitely come more naturally than like other elements of it, like say the melodies. But it's definitely like it's not a piece of cake, Like I do like have to work at it,
Well, I mean, you think of songwriting. I mean, people that aren't songwriters, you think of it as an easy job.
Yeah.
But when you've got to construct something from nothing.
I mean, there's a few like late nights, definitely, and a lot of it still is like, "Hey, I love my baby" or whatever, but just kind of wrapped up a little bit differently,
actually?
Yeah.
Why is piece of cake? Why does that mean easy? I've never.
Why does piece of cake mean easy?
Yeah, it's like making a cake's not easy.
It's not easy, but eating the cake.
I never finish a full piece.
Is that true?
It's true.
If it's chocolate, if it's 3-layer chocolate, I'll eat the entire thing. I don't know how.
You feel a bit more bad for it if you do, don't you?
Nothing easy about cake. But I'm not going to suggest we change the phrase.
We can own it. We can change it. This can be the moment right here. We can just mean it's somewhat difficult.
That was just nice.
Good to take that out. I've also read that you guys have, you're not crazy about playing those old songs all the time. Is that accurate? And I only bring this up because there are some bands, you take Sonic Youth, when they're a band, Sonic Youth will only play the new record if you see it live. And maybe they'll play Teenage Riot at the end. And you have bands that kind of pull that off. And it seems to me when you're up there hacking out those same tunes day in and day out, it can get a bit monotonous, but it's in your DNA. And then that's your greatest hits, right?
Well, some of them are. Some of them are still fine. Like, I bet they're good on the dance floor. We have we haven't not played that since we probably, first ever started playing it. And it's had its moments where you feel a bit bored of it, but then for some reason, every now and again, it gets rejuvenated. Or maybe amongst the new songs, it's like there's a bit more interest. But yeah, there's some that you just can't see yourself like playing. You don't feel like yourself playing them, and I suppose there's no point in doing that. Like, however,
no matter how much people
10
want
people that they're like, what are we a riot band?
Because it is sort of like, however way you look at it, it is like telling the same joke a thousand times or whatever. If you can figure out a new way to tell it, then it's fine. But it is like how you tell it, really.
How you tell them?
How you tell them.
Well, I found that the one really surprising thing about AM is how much soul is in this. And I guess it's like dark soul. That's not something I really think of when I thought of Arctic Monkeys before.
Yeah.
I was listening to Nature Boy, the song Nature Boy, Nat King Cole the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what, that was the relation, because that's like a dark soul song.
That's a great tune. I forgot about that tune.
Yeah. Like you can go into a record and you can say, we can do soul, but we can totally reshape it like this, you know? Is that an accurate description of AM? Do you guys
I'll
hear
take
that?
it.
I hope so, man. Yeah, like we were like, I think it's a sort of our most original record, or maybe our most ambitious album in that sense. I think we were reaching for something that hasn't existed on one of our albums before, or possibly anyone's, really, if you like, just forgive the arrogance for a second.
You've written the most different original record of all time. Congratulations.
The best record ever made.
A lot of you guys got other places to be at this festival. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. And we'll see you around.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Nice one.